Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I just hope you all are doing very good. Now, class 4. Today, we will be continuing with chapter number 5 only that we were doing earlier also, motions of the earth. Okay, so today's topic is seasons. In the previous video, we learned about the movements of the earth, that there are two movements of the earth. One is rotation and the other is revolution. Then we study about rotation, that rotation is the spinning of the earth on its own axis. Okay, and it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. And the direction of the movement of the you can say it rotates like anti-clockwise. Okay, and it rotates from west to east. And revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun. And it moves around the sun on an elliptical path, which is called orbit. And it takes how many years or how many days? It takes 365 day to complete one revolution. And it also revolve from west to east. Okay, so and the speed of the earth for the earth in the movement is 30 km per second around the sun. And we also study about the leap year, and that just after 4 years a leap year comes. Okay, and in that leap year of the month of February has 29 days. Okay, and how I told you in the previous video. Now today we are going to start seasons. Now seasons, the four seasons shown in the diagram above. Here you can see in page number 42. Here you can see page number 42. Here is given the four seasons in this diagram. Okay, you can see here. Show June. June, you can see June is showing summer. Okay, in June is summer season, as we all know that in the month of June is summer season. September is the month of autumn season. December is the month of winter season, and March is the month of spring season. Okay, in northern hemisphere, if you talk about northern hemisphere. Now seasons occur due to, why seasons occur? It occurs due to revolution of the earth. When the earth revolve around the sun, just because of that seasons occur. Like when the earth rotates uh, rotates on its own axis, what happens? The day and night occur. And because of the revolution of the earth, seasons occurs. Okay, now and the tilt of the earth's axis. Okay, the earth's season occur due to the revolution of the earth and because of the tilt of the earth's axis. Now the northern and southern hemisphere, they are divided by the equator then and have opposite seasons. Now if you see the earth, yes, this is the earth and this is the equator. Now you all know that equator divides the earth into two hemispheres. The upper one is, this one is northern hemisphere, this part. This part is northern hemisphere. And the lower one part is southern hemisphere. And they have opposite seasons. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere has opposite seasons. Opposite means if here is autumn season, so here will be spring. Okay, here will be winter season, here will be summer. Like this, opposite seasons are there. Then next, coming upon summer in northern hemisphere. Now if we see in northern hemispheres in summer season. Now when the north pole tilt towards the sun. Now when the north pole is is tilted towards the sun. You can see this is the sun and north pole is tilted towards the sun. So what will happen? The northern hemisphere will get more sun's rays, more heat from the sun. So this area, this northern hemisphere will experience summer season here, and the southern hemisphere will get less heat. So less heat it will experience, and that is why here the summer season with it will experience summer season with long days. The days will be long and night will be short. Now when the south pole is tilted away from the sun, you can see the south pole, it is tilted away from the pole, so it will experience winter season because it is receiving less heat from the sun and less heat light from the sun, making the days shorter. It here the days will be short and nights will be long. As you know, in winter season the days are short and nights are long. Now North Polar region, here North Polar region, they has continuous days, and South Polar region has, here are continuous days only. And in South Polar region, they have night for almost 6 months. For 6 months, this South Polar region has night. Okay. Then now coming next to summer in Southern Hemisphere. Now in southern hemisphere, if we'll see this, when the south pole is tilted towards the sun. Now when the south pole will tilt it towards the sun, what will happen? Again, just opposite to the previous one, the southern hemisphere is warmer than the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere will be warmer than the northern hemisphere, and the southern hemisphere will experience summer season with longer days and shorter nights. And the south polar region, they has continuous days light for almost 6 months, because in summer in northern hemisphere, when in southern hemisphere winter was there, that time there was what, night for almost 6 months. But when in southern hemisphere there is summer, there will be light daylight for almost 6 months. And the north polar region, they has long nights for almost 6 months. Now summer is experienced almost from the month of October to February. Now in southern hemisphere, now in summer, it will be started from, it will start from the month of October to February in the southern hemisphere. Now then next is spring and autumn. Now spring and autumn months are, which are these ones, March and September. And in these months, in March and September, the sun is directly over the equator. I told you equator. Where is the equator? Here the sun is directly over the, this is the sun. Okay, here the sun is directly over the equator. Both the hemisphere, now here in this case, both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, they will get equal amount of heat and equal amount of light. Okay, so 21st March and 21st September are the days. These are the days when the sun is directly overhead on the equator. On the equator, the sun is directly overhead, and it's the result of which the whole earth has equal day and equal night. The whole earth will be having equal days and equal night, so that these days when the when earth has equal days and night, and when the sun is directly overhead the equator, these days are called equinoxes. Equinoxes. Okay. Now the northern hemisphere has the longest day on 21st June. On 21st June, on 21st June, the northern hemisphere has longest day, and shortest day on 22nd December. Okay. They are called summer solstice and winter solstice respectively. Now in the northern hemisphere, okay, so summer solstice, the northern hemisphere has the longest day on 21st June. On 21st June, summer, northern hemisphere has longest day. Okay, so that is why 21st June is known as summer solstice. And winter solstice, winter solstice, the shortest day on 22nd December. On 22nd December is the shortest day, that is what is called winter solstice. Now our earth maintains a rhythm. Rhythm means it's a movement that is very regular, okay? In its movement, okay? It's not irregular. It goes around the sun on its orbit in 365.14 days, remaining tilted on its axis. It remains tilted on its axis and rotating all the while. Now this result in opposite seasons, I told you, in northern and southern hemisphere. So this is because of the seasons, uh, because of the revolution of the earth, there is the opposite seasons in the northern and southern hemisphere. So these were all about the motions of the earth. Okay. So today we have completed this lesson, and you all have to read this page from page number 42 and page number 43, 44. These pages you have to read at home again and watch the video carefully till end so that you can answer the questions easily. Okay, and whatever the home assignment I will be giving, you have to do it in a very good handwriting, good handwriting, and have to submit it on time, be regular, and send it on time. So that's all for today. Thank you.